Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about talk radio, conservative talk radio, and whether or not Republicans are inadvertently handing Democrats an edge in the midterm elections. I used to listen to a lot of conservative talk radio. In fact, I'm certain they wouldn't be delighted to know this, but there are a lot of major conservative personalities who are in no small way responsible for the way I argue stuff. It's a lot like that joke about Catholic school. There's nothing that will make you certain you're not Catholic faster than going to Catholic school. If you are a thinking person, there is nothing that will convince you you are not a conservative faster than listening to conservative talk radio. See, because it's the same thing every day. Used to be. Limbaugh, he would start stuff off. And it seemed like his show was show prep for all of the other hosts. It seemed like they would cover the exact same talking points, the exact same situations and news events. They would just each be a little bit more extreme than the preceding one. And it makes sense because that's the only way a newcomer is going to establish their name. When you have a force like Limbaugh dominant in the field, why would anybody listen to you if you're just going to say the exact same thing he said? Makes sense, right? So that's why they did it. And that sensationalism and the fear-mongering is definitely something that made me realize this was not something that I wanted to be associated with. So the question that came in was whether or not the divergence that is developing between senior Republicans when it comes to their reversal on vaccines, the divergence between them and the younger crop, whether or not that's something that Democrats can exploit in the midterms. I don't think it is, but I like the way you're thinking. And then the second part to the question was whether or not I knew why there was a reversal. Okay, so as far as the divergence, it is exactly like conservative talk radio, because many politicians today, they use the same tactic. They become more sensationalized in hopes of grabbing sound bites and getting on the news, and then therefore they can advance themselves. They don't actually believe the stuff they're saying, most of them. So it starts with the people who actually control the party, somebody like McConnell. Now he comes out and he says, vaccines are a personal choice. I don't think this is government's business. The copy of him, well, he says, it's the Democratic agenda for you to do this. You don't want them to control you, so do the exact opposite. That way they won't control you. If you just always do the opposite of what they say, they won't have any influence over what you do. Way to not give them the power, guys. And then the copy of the copy, well, they're going to say something like, how do we even know it works? They're experimenting. And you get far enough down the line and you find people saying they're going to take your guns and Bibles. No joke, that actually happened. So it's really easy for somebody at the top, like McConnell, to shift from it's a personal choice, the government shouldn't be involved in this, to the government shouldn't be involved in this, you need to go get your vaccine. That's an easy transition. Doesn't require a lot. However, the further down you go, the copy of the copy of the copy, the harder it is to walk it back. It takes more time. I would imagine that over time we're going to see those people who are rational slowly move their positions to align with Republican leadership. And I would imagine that would happen before the midterms. So I don't think it's going to be exploitable. Now, do I know why there was such an abrupt reversal? I have a theory. It's not a theory. I don't have enough evidence to call this a theory. I have a guess. How about that? I have a guess. My guess is that they understood what was outlined in the video I did to June. The video I made for June, I pointed out the correlation between those who voted for Biden and the vaccine rates. The percentages are pretty close to each other, right? Now, that's correlation, it's not causation. But if you're looking at polls from a political standpoint, you're going to notice that. My guess is they understand that many tight races are decided by a pretty limited number of votes. And if it is, in fact, a pandemic of the unvaccinated, and it is their constituents who are unvaccinated, it may swing races. Not just due to the votes lost due to, negative outcomes from the public health thing, but also their families may not be real happy about that. I don't believe it's an actual change of heart. I think it has to do with statistics and polling. I think that's the primary motivation. I don't have any evidence for that. Not really. Other than the timing of the events and when a lot of this information came out, I don't have. I have correlation. I don't have causation. So do I know why that reversal happened? No, but that's my guess. So when it comes to the gap between senior leadership and those on the bottom, these sensationalized people will probably eventually walk back their comments. And I think it's all political. I still don't think they actually care about their constituents. I think if they believed it would hurt Biden more than it would hurt them, they would still be telling people that, vaccines are going to lead to their Bibles and guns being taken. So, anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.